Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Beth, and for today's video, I am going to be unboxing my third ever Beautylish Lucky Bag in the XL size. So this just came in today, so I haven't looked into it at all, and I am filming this after work, after having my makeup on for almost 12 hours, so if you'll forgive me for that, but anyway, I just wanted to unbox this on camera and let you know my thoughts. So it looks like this was 3.9 pounds for what it's worth, and they did use Amazon shipping again. So I do live on the East Coast, so it does take a little bit longer sometimes to get my box. But that is what the packaging looks like, as I'm sure you've seen if you're interested in these videos at all. I know that this year's box did not sell out immediately. They did kind of re-offer it a few days ago, so I hope that if you were interested that you were able to get your hands on one, or if you just like living vicariously, then you can enjoy seeing what people got and what they think of them. That is the tag Lucky Bag 2026. And it says, for 2026, we gathered a collection of good luck charms, each one a sign that luck can find you anywhere. We hope the surprises inside remind you that good things are already on their way. So let's hope that 2026 treats us well. Okay, so I'm not going to do any kind of preamble here. I'm just going to start pulling items out. Looks like there might be some paper packaging material. Okay, so I think there's like one large kind of bubble wrap packet. All right. Did something fall out? Okay, that was something else from my desk. All right, so this is where we try to do this by touch. Okay. So I'm opening the large packet, and let's see what we got. Okay, so, okay, pull this out first. All right, so this is I haven't seen anyone get this. This is the Jupiter Dry Scalp Care Hydrating Shampoo. It's sulfate-free, color-safe, dermatologist tested, 14 fluid ounce. It says an ultra-indulgent moisturizing cleanser that gently soothes and intensely hydrates. So I've never heard of this brand. Let's have a smell. I think I can do that on camera. It has a very kind of essential oil smell to it. I don't know if that's lavender. Let's see if it has it on the ingredients, and I'm trying not to spoil it for myself. Yeah, it does definitely have lavender oil in it, and it's pretty high up on the ingredient list. Has some other essential oils, so I'm not thrilled about that. I do try to avoid essential oils in my skincare because they can be irritating to the skin. Hopefully that won't be irritating to the scalp. So I might try it. I might pass it on to a friend, and I will look up prices and the overall value of my box at the end. But I don't think I've seen anyone else get that, so that's interesting. I was kind of hoping for the Orbe product, if I'm being honest. All right, so we have a Danessa Myricks product. I wonder if this means I won't get the larger palette. And I think I have the palette that they've been putting in the boxes. So this is the glazes. It's a waterproof longwear gloss, multi-use makeup for face, eyes, and lips. So let's see if I can get into this somehow. I don't love it when they tape over. I mean, I guess it's good for in-store because you'll know if it's been tampered with, but okay. So it's one of these guys. I do have a lip product on. Does it say how to use it? Okay, so it's like that. Ooh, okay. Maybe I can just, it's very kind of runny. Okay. I'll go ahead and remove, I mean, it's kind of close to what I'm wearing right now. I have the Edam lip balm in Guava Fresca, if you were wondering. And I have a Charlotte Tilbury liner in Pillow Talk Fair underneath. I wonder if I can just pick up what's on my hand. So I'm not one to really use glosses on my eyes, and I do appreciate like an artistry brand having something that isn't kind of a reusable applicator. Doesn't have any fragrance. I mean, it feels nice on the lip. I just don't know with it being in a tube like that how often I will reach for it, just because it does require a little bit more care, but it's pretty enough by itself. It's kind of on the thinner side. Okay, so let's see what else we have here. Allies of Skin. So I've heard of this brand, but I've never used it. And this does have avobenzone in it. So this is a chemical sunscreen. I've heard good things about this brand, but I think I might be passing this along because I do reach for mineral sunscreens predominantly, and mostly just because some chemical sunscreens do irritate me and irritate my skin. So that's another product that is not, you know, the greatest for me personally, but I'll try to find someone who can benefit from it. We have a gua sha tool here from Mount Lay, the Stone of Eternal Youth. So it's a very luxe packaging. It has this little magnetic box to it. I feel like we're a little bit past the fad of gua shas, and I'm sure I already have some in my collection that I'm not using. So this is made out of jade. So it feels nice. I'm sure it costs a pretty penny, which we'll see, but yeah, it's not something I really use. So we'll see how much that contributed to the value of my box here. What is this? I've never heard of this, I don't think. This is the Anasi Beauty Evolution All Over Color Creamy Finish. Okay, so this one is also taped shut. I mean, the box and the packaging feel nice. I just don't know what this is. Okay. So it's in a little pot, I think. All Over Color Creamy Finish. And this is in the shade, it's too small, Manchetti, I guess. So that is what that looks like. I'll have to look into this a little bit more. So, okay, so I think it's gonna be like a really balmy type product. I did go back and watch the video I uploaded last year with all the products I got. And I guess I'll create a playlist, so if you want to kind of see my evolution of products I received. They don't, I don't think, link your account to what boxes you get. I think it's just kind of luck of the draw. But this does remind me of the Surratt product I got, which I didn't really end up using. I mean, I kind of like the color. I think it's just going to be kind of a cream blush bronzer kind of situation. But yeah, I don't know how much use I will get out of that. All right, what are you? Maria Catalia Beauty. Is this a brush? I think Alicia Archer maybe has talked about this brand. So this is going to be the Aero Blender brush. And it says it's vegan and cruelty-free, made in China. So it has a kind of cool design to it. Normally we get a lot of Sonia G brushes. Okay. This reminds me of maybe a Smith brush. Do you guys remember when Smith brushes were kind of having a moment? I mean, I like this little design element, but otherwise it doesn't feel very luxurious. I mean, the packaging does, but this actual brush doesn't. Maybe I'll have to give Alicia's video another watch, but this is the number 10 brush. I think maybe for certain eyeshadows or even like concealer for like very targeted application. So I just saw another item here. So I did see some people get this. This is the Energizing Eye Kit from Good Molecules. And you are pretty much guaranteed to get a Good Molecules product. I mean, they don't take up that much value for the box because it is a very affordable skincare range. I have gotten and used the Yerba Mate Wake Up Eye Gel before, so I think I'll be able to get good use out of that. These are the Caffeine Energizing Hydrogel Eye Patches, and I'll have to double check the ingredients on those to see whether I can use them or not. They do have a little spatula, which is really cute, to help you kind of, ooh, very gooey in there. So yeah, I will look into those and use them if they don't irritate me. Crap, they do have niacinamide as the third ingredient, so I might be passing those along as well. So niacinamide in itself can be great for some people, but for me it can be a little bit irritating. All right, what is Dash? This is the Gradient Highlighter in Pink Champagne Shimmer. So at least it's not a shade I have. As I said, I rewatched my video last year and I was talking about what my Beautylish fantasy cart would be. So if I had $170, which is the cost of this box, give or take, with shipping, what I would spend it on. And I think I came up with like 4 items I would get. So you are getting a decent amount for your money, but if you don't want any of the items you are getting, then it's kind of a moot point. But I did mention the Hindash highlighter in Liluna in that video, and these are my fingerprints that are already on it. So I'll have to dig that out in a minute here. But yeah, I did end up getting that, I think from the Hindash website, if I recall, a while later. So at least it's not the same shade. So this is going to be the Pink Champagne Shimmer shade. So, I mean, there is something to be said for the fact that I probably already purchased the shade that I was most interested in, but that's what that looks like. I can go ahead. I did actually get a new A23 brush from Anastasia, which is my kind of preferred highlighter brush. So I took off the mirror protector. I don't know, I'm gonna go for the kind of lighter side. I don't know if it's like actually going to make a difference, but I mean, it's definitely going to be beaming. So I think that works. I don't think there's a cast, but like I said, I'm working on like 12-hour makeup here, so things are a little different. All right, so I think, is this the last item? Viseart, the Paris Matte Attendu, which I think I already own. Yep, sure do. So I'll show you the one that I own. And of course, that's kind of the risk you run with a lucky bag like this, especially when there haven't been a lot of palette releases, is that you may wind up with products you already have. So Viseart does make a great matte formula, and all of their palettes are kind of mix and match. So I don't think it's a bad thing to include, but obviously I don't need 2 of them. So I'll have to figure out what to do, I guess, with a lot of these items. I mean, off the bat, I think the Hindash highlighter is the only thing I'm kind of excited about. But I'm going to hop off camera and let you know the value and the prices for everything, and then I'll be back in a minute. All right, so I've looked everything up, so let's go through it here. So the first item, the Jupiter Dry Scalp Care Hydrating Shampoo. They market this as like a dandruff kind of targeted line, even though it has a lot of essential oils that will potentially irritate your scalp. But this goes for $32 for 14 fluid ounce. So can't say I am thrilled about that. The Good Molecules Energizing Eye Kit goes for $24, so a little bit on the higher end of Good Molecules products. Good Molecules is a, I think, Beautylish owned brand, even though you can find them now at Ulta. So I feel like they put this kit in a lot of boxes this year. I don't know if it was to kind of drive up the value or what. The Hint Dash highlighter was one of the more expensive items in the box. So Doll Dynasty is the shade I got, Pink Champagne Shimmer. I think this only comes in 3 shades now, so this is, I think, kind of the middle shade, which if I was going to get any other than the one that I already had, this is the shade that would probably be best for me. So this goes for $40, which is quite pricey. You do get, how much product do you get? It's made in Italy, 18-month shelf life. I think it says net weight, is it 10 grams? I think that's what that says. So as I said, this is the one that I got, and it does have kind of a gradient effect to it. The one that I already had was in the shade La Luna. So I'll go ahead and swatch that for you. So that is what La Luna looks like. Definitely kind of your icier highlighter. I might already have some sparkle on my hand, but yeah, that is the 2 shades there. So I'm not necessarily mad about that. I mean, I'm glad that I don't already have it, and sometimes it's nice to have additional shades for comparison purposes. The Viseart Paris Mattes, like I said, I did already own it. There were a lot of people getting one of the Janessa Meyrick's Groundworks palettes, which I own both of, so you know, that would have been kind of a bust as well. So I'll have to figure out what to do with that. That was $44, the Viseart palette. The Mount Lai, the Jade Gua Sha Tool, $30, so there's that. The Janessa Meyrick's Glaze is $22, and it's just not a type of product that I will probably reach for all that much. The Allies of Skin, the 50 ml size, I think, $45. So unfortunately, that is a pretty penny that I probably won't use. The Manasi Beauty Evolution, this little guy, I'd never heard of this brand before. This was $45. And then the blender brush from Maria Catala, $31. So not terrible as far as high-end brushes go, but like I said, it did feel kind of cheap, and they do, I think, only use synthetic bristles, and I just have a harder time justifying the cost of a synthetic bristle. So, and like I said, part of my kind of calculus in choosing to subscribe to these boxes is that I am exposed to new brands, and part of it is just the fun in unboxing a surprise. I did go back and look. I think the moisturizer I just decluttered recently that I got in my box last year from Fwall. I think they have discontinued that on the site. So, you know, that's always kind of part of it, is you don't want to feel like you're just getting a box full of kind of cast-offs, products that aren't selling. Just adding everything up here. So I think my grand total is $313, and I think they guarantee, is it $300 worth of value? So definitely not a lucky bag. Yeah, so I think they met the value, but for me personally, I think the only thing that I find kind of exciting is the Hint Dash highlighter, and I guess I'll use the brush. I'm not sure how often or in what capacity, but yeah, I think this year was a bit of a bust, but that's kind of the risk you take, and part of it, like I said, is just the experience and the fun of the mystery and the surprise and the unboxing. So let me know if you got a box or a bag this year and what you thought of it, whether it was the XL, the original, or a different one altogether, and whether you plan to do it next year. So I will probably do it next year as well. Like I said, part of it is just the fun of it and the anticipation. But yeah, would I have been better off just taking $170 and spending it at Sephora? Possibly. But it probably wouldn't have been as much fun. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and let me know if you've tried any of these products. I'd love to hear from you, and until next time, I hope you guys are all doing well and staying safe, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.